It's Tuesday, May the 12th. I'm Mike. I'm back with you. And from grandmother's house, it's Matt Farber's with you as well as he's working through some computer things. But Matt, it's great to have you here today. And we've got breaking news here. Those of you that probably are watching on some sort of platform and have no idea who the hell we are, I'm Mike Flanagan from the Inside Bowling Show and Matt Farber as well. And today we've upgraded our StreamYard. And because we have Bowl DMC, we are simulcasting this broadcast not only on Inside Bowling Facebook, not only on Inside Bowling YouTube, but we are also simulcasting on Mikey Tang's Facebook page. We're also simulcasting on Darren Tang's Twitch channel and also on Chris Vai's Twitch channel. So today's kind of a big day for us. Hopefully everything works. And Matt, how you feeling today for the show?
Well, Mike, I got to be honest with you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I got to be honest with you. So for those of you, I see some comments here, someone must have forgotten their coffee. Well, I think I would have rather it just be me forgetting my coffee this morning. I set up for the stream. My internet connection was pretty poor in my house. So I drove with 8 minutes to go before the stream started over to my grandmother's house, reconnected everything. My MacBook wasn't working. And so much so, Mike, are you ready for this? So I'm in my slippers here. I'm in my slippers with my white socks. And I got so far behind my laundry schedule because this quarantine's got me all out of whack. I'm wearing a bathing suit right now. Okay. I didn't have time to put on, I didn't have any sweatpants or have any shorts or anything to wear. And all my laundry was about to be done. I was going to throw it on before the stream started. And I didn't have time because I had to drive on over here. So I apologize, everybody, for getting started late. It's totally my fault. But we're here. We're setting new records every single week, Mike. We're starting off with something new. Last week, we maxed out the StreamYard with as many people as we could have on at one time. And today, man, we're maxing out with as many platforms and pages as we can have at one time. And, man, these are my boys. So I'm freaking fired up, and I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I mean, there's been a lot of drama already this morning around the Bowl DMC crew through social media on having them on the show, and they've got a lot of lovers out there, and they've got a couple haters out there too, which I did not anticipate that. I would understand that with some of the guests that we've had, but these guys, holy cow! We'll get into that a little bit later. But we do want to just talk about collaboration for a minute. If you follow this show daily, we encourage you to go follow Mikey Tang on Facebook and all of his social media platforms. We encourage you to go follow Darren Tang on all his social media platforms and his Twitch channel, as well as Chris Vai. Same thing, those three guys. So that's what we're trying to do, is spread the wealth here today. And if you're seeing us for the first time in a new platform, welcome. And thank you for letting us have an opportunity to prove to you just how great we are. And you can go follow us on Inside Bowling on all of our platforms. So we are a monster collaboration today.
Yeah, and it's Mike. I've got these 3 monitors going right now. We've got 5 platforms. The comments are rolling in like never before. This would be a show where you need to be set, ready, and prepared. And I'm here and I'm flustered. I'm sweating. I tried out a new deodorant, so I'm praying that it works. I don't really know what's going to happen today.
They're with you to smell it. So
yeah, thankfully, except for myself. So if I pass out during the show, you guys know it's because of my bad body odor. But I'm excited, and I'm sure that our great guests of today will carry us through, and we're going to have another great show for everybody.
So yesterday we had on Rob Stone, and we surprised him with Randy Peterson, and it was a wonderful show yesterday with those two. And I think the thing that we did well is we got out of the way. We got out of the way once those two were on screen. They could have their bromance for a while, and that was really enjoyable. And I actually hit them both up after the show yesterday and said, if you guys want to do your own show weekly, we'll produce it. We'll promote it for you. And Rob's response was, "Let me mull it over." It wasn't a hard no.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go, baby.
And of course, Stone 8 RP was like, "No problem. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fire it up." So, but yeah, it was a special show yesterday, and it's archived on podcasts where you find podcasts. Also, Matt, let's go ahead and get to our Bowler X poll question from yesterday, and we do have the answer. I got the answer yesterday, and it was, what do you think Rob Stone's highest bowling game is? Less than 150, 151 to 175, 176 to 200, or higher than 200? And all over the board here, a lot of folks have a lot of faith in Rob. His 12.9% was the lowest at less than 150. 151 to 175 was 24%. Leading was 176 to 200 at 35%, and second was higher than 200 at 27%. And those of you that came in at 27%, you are correct. He told me that his highest game was 207. 207 for the Stoner. So there you go. That's the answer to the poll question. Matt, what do you have for us today? And I told you, let's just go with one, and let's try to revolve it around today's guest because that works so well. What do you got?
So I think it's no debate that all three guys that we're going to have on stream today will win a PBA title at some point in time. What I think is interesting to think about, however, is who will be the first out of the three of these guys to win a PBA National Tour title. So my question is, out of Bowl DMC, Mr. Darren Tang, Mikey Tang, and Chris Fye, who will be the first to win a PBA Tour National title?
Okay. Yeah, I like it. I say we just get that posted up there. And poor Mikey. Like, Mikey's gonna get the shit into the stick here on this. So I'm gonna go vote for Mikey personally. But yeah, I think it's gonna come in real tight between Chris and Darren because of their surge that they've both had this year.
Yeah, and I think people also may forget Darren bowled in the title match Mikey bowled in the title match for a major.
I know he did.
And I mean, that's the one negative about hanging out and always being around such great people is that, God forbid you have a span of tournaments where you're not at your absolute best and you're not competing for a title. People kind of like play you off as like not being all that great. But Mikey's a freaking amazing bowler, man. And any of these guys could pop off at any given moment and just go on a tear, just like we saw throughout the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, Mikey's he's probably gonna win before the other two and just sneak up on them.
I know that's how it goes, right? Everybody's sleeping on him, and so he's just gonna quietly do his thing, be that quiet assassin. He's gonna be ripping the cover off the ball and throwing pins everywhere, and he's gonna win. There's no doubt about that, man.
But we're gonna throw shade to him here. I'm ready to start bringing the guys up one at a time, and I decided I was gonna do this by career earnings on the PBA Tour, according to PBA.com. So I'd like to welcome our first guest here. He's really emerged this year on the PBA, and he's been working on his game for a long time, and he's got a really nice style, really, really great game, and he's got even more game over on Twitch. Let's bring in Darren Tang at this time.
Welcome. Hey, what's going on?
Welcome to the program, brother.
Hello.
Tell us about this Twitch thing you have going on, because even though I consider myself a bit of a pioneer when it comes to live streaming and things like that, I still haven't got on the Twitch bandwagon. And the reason behind that is somebody took InsideBowling, and it's an excuse to not just create something else, but somebody took InsideBowling, and I've been fighting with Twitch for 2 years to get InsideBowling for myself. So tell us about Twitch and why you're over there.
That's kind of odd, but I guess when we started rooming with Brad and Kyle and this whole house thing started coming together, probably back Flow Bowling Swing last summer. I was talking to them about potentially doing something like this. I know they were doing YouTube and they were growing really quickly and they were getting really big. And I just wanted to do something a little different. So I started thinking about Twitch because I've been seeing streams and stuff like that, and how IRL streaming, which is in real life streaming, has become pretty big. So I figured I could do kind of a 50-50 deal where I stream at home, play video games, and just hang out, or and the other half on tour. So that's kind of how it happened.
And you talk about Brad and Kyle and how they're kind of the pioneers of the first to the daily vlogging space on YouTube. You are considered, my friend, the Twitch pioneer in bowling. Do you want to think about that for a second and let that come into your system a little bit? How does that feel?
I mean, it's not really something I want to think about right now. I'm just trying to stay in the moment, live through whatever we're doing right now, and then when it's all said and done, look back and go, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I know other people have started Twitch channels as well. And let's bring in your brother from another mother, who's also we're streaming on Twitch today. Let's bring in Chris Viat this time. How you doing today, Chris?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Did you guys plan this matching outfit here today?
I had mine on first, just to be, just to clarify. But why not, right?
Yeah.
I have this basket of laundry sitting right next to me. I looked at what Chris was wearing, and I went, "We could match."
Hey, it's perfect.
That's even bad. Look at these guys. They're
I went
both
for it.
streaming on Twitch today. Hey, did you, Chris? Did you happen to catch the poll that we put out with Kimberly Pressler last week?
I did actually. Yeah, I retweeted it. Yeah.
Congratulations on winning the Bachelor.
I mean, what a layup of a poll
Thank you.
question, honestly.
Thank you.
What a layup we gave you, Chris. I mean, we couldn't have given you an easier dub than that question.
I don't know. I feel like I had some stiff competition in there.
Yeah, I was going to say the only way we probably could have made it easier if we would have made the poll question just two possible choices, you and Mike. And then that probably would have been as easy as it gets.
Matt, would you tell everyone what that poll question was in case they don't follow our show?
Yeah. So actually, if you give me just a second here, I'm sure I can pull it up. But we had a poll question where we wanted to ask our fans and our viewers who would win in a Mr. Universe bowling competition, because we had Kimberly Pressler on that day, and Kimberly actually came off the top ropes and said she wanted to see some sort of an ab competition. I said on the stream I was anti bathing suit portion of the competition, but what I really meant was I was anti bikini, right? Like I don't want to see you guys out there in a bikini, but if the pageant extraordinaire says there has to be some sort of a swimsuit portion to the competition, then we have to do what the judges say we have to do.
And let's go ahead. We had this planned ahead of time. Go ahead, take it all off, Chris, and let's.
All right. Yep.
Really
No.
Can't
get banned.
Isn't it ironic that Chris is jacked like the Hulk, but yet everybody tells Nick and Packy to take their shirts off in the house?
Nick just never has a shirt on.
It's just a meme.
It's actually hard to get Nick to wear a shirt, honestly.
He's kind of like J.R. Smith, and
Yeah.
I say that because Chris and I are big time basketball fans together, and whenever we hoop, we play basketball together. Chris is the Bron to my Iman Shumpert. And Chris just bodies everybody, dunks on everybody. You can't stop him. He's an unstoppable train. And I'm just out there playing defense, trying to distribute a little bit. I'm stopping the ball. It's a really dynamic duo.
Yeah, he's the hype train.
Yeah, that's basically what I am.
I want to bring on the most anticipated guest that we've had throughout all of our shows so far, and the most beautiful looking person we've ever had. Let's bring in Mikey Tang at this time.
Let's get inside bowling.
What's up, Mikey? How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Hanging in there.
So what's the deal? You didn't get the memo on the shirts? They didn't coordinate with you, or what?
No. I we can't all be the same. Someone in the group's got to stand out. So, I'll take the hit for it.
Take the hit. He's different all the time.
Matt, can we full screen Mikey? I gotta see what's going on in the background there.
Yeah. Oh, my blanket ladder.
Yeah.
Like my blanket ladder. It's just some. It's what happens when you move in with a girl. She starts designing the whole house, and I don't really have a say in it, but that's less responsibility I have. I just let it happen. I'm just thankful she lets me sleep in the bed every night.
That's a smart man. That's
Yikes.
awesome.
Mikey, why haven't you started a Twitch yet, or have you, and you just chose to stream on your Facebook page today?
I was thinking about what my strengths were as, an entertainer, as a human being. And I figured as a streamer, I could probably be like a 7.5 out of 10 quality. That's pretty good, but I feel like my best quality is being an accessory to these guys' streams. I think I'm a 10 out of 10 accessory. I'm more like a ceiling raiser rather than a floor raiser, if you know what I mean. So, I just like to go into their streams, talk to their chat, just kind of provide a little bit of side entertainment while Darren and Chris provide the platform.
I'm pretty sure you do a lot of the producing. Didn't you produce the bowling contest between Anderson and Darren? I
was the commentator. It went a little south because I couldn't see Andrew's stream. So I didn't know what was going on. I kind of had to like listen for his reaction if he would strike or not. And sometimes he he would leave like a 7-pin and sound like it struck. So I didn't really want to say anything, but it was fun. I just like kind of adding on to what these guys are doing, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, what you guys are doing over there, not only with what you're doing on Twitch and what you're doing as bowlers and what you're doing with Brad and Kyle and being part of the house and all that good stuff, I couldn't be any more prouder than the Tang brothers here. When I worked at Storm several years ago, I remember Leanne Holzenberg walked into my office and really talked you guys up as you guys bowled in her tour in California. And I remember still that conversation that we had when we gave you guys some bowling balls and got you guys hooked up, and then being able to follow your career since then, since I moved on to other things. It's been really cool to see that come to fruition and see that that you guys were part of that early on. You guys are still with the same company, and you guys are having success on tour. So congratulations on all you've been able to accomplish so far.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Mikey, I see these comments. These comments are rolling in, and people are calling you Mr. Mangoes. They're asking if you're going to show your mangoes. Can you explain I mean, there might be a Twitch thing here, but for all the people that we have that don't know what Mr. Mangoes are, apparently it seems like it's pretty funny. So what does that mean?
Yeah, everybody knows Chris is jacked. Darren's working out. He's getting pretty jacked. But they got to know Mikey Tang's got a little something in the tank too. So I get a little preview, but I just gotta gas myself up a little bit. Now Twitch knows.
Love that. That's great. And I think also one of the things that's cool is we talked a little bit about this Twitch. We talked about streaming. And I think it takes a lot of entrepreneurial spirit to do something like that, to take on a big project, to start from nothing and to build your fan base and to get streams that are popping and getting viewers and comments and subs and all that good stuff. And another thing that's really cool to me, Chris and Mikey, is, the pro shop side of things, right? You guys have gone in partners on a pro shop. Mm-hmm. That takes a lot of entrepreneurial spirit. People in the bowling industry know how difficult that can be at times. What was that like for you guys, and how has that transformed, or how has that changed now with this whole coronavirus situation?
It was a big pain in the butt, honestly, to start. Obviously neither of us had any like true business experience or ownership of a business, so we kind of had no idea what we were getting into. Like paperwork filing and making sure we had all the right details ready to go to make sure to have an actual proper running business. And so it was a little stressful at time, and plus we were still trying to bowl at the same time while getting all this stuff figured out. And then we had, I think, a couple week break to where we came home, we finalized everything, we cleaned up the pro shop, made it look kind of more what we wanted it to look like, and then instantly turned around and left again for like a month. So it was very stressful to start out, but I definitely wouldn't change it. We have a lot of fun there. We have a really good worker and Dude Brown that is maintaining the shop while we're gone. And so I mean, I really couldn't ask for more. It's been an incredible experience, and definitely something that we both enjoy.
That's great. And we got the Mike Flanagan commenting on Twitch. This is the best this Twitch channel has ever looked. LMAO. What a guy, man. What a guy. Talk about trolls.
Trying to give some love to this stream over here on Twitch.
He's probably not wrong.
Hey, I can't deny it.
Oh, man. So what have you guys been doing? There's no tour going on. There's no events. There's no, at the moment, right? What, besides for streaming and Twitch, and what have you guys been doing to stay busy? I guess I'll throw it to D-Tang up for a second. What have you been doing to stay busy, man?
Yeah. I guess the majority of my time really has been working on this Twitch channel, trying to grow it and expanding on just, I don't know, whatever we can do to help it grow, help each other out with stream growth. But, besides that, not much. Working out every day. A lot of visualization. I've been starting to have some dreams about bowling, so I think I'm starting to miss it a little bit. But yeah, not much in my corner.
Awesome, man. Mikey, what have you been up to, dude?
Yeah, other than growing this awful hair, not much. Just trying to stay active every now and then, but really working on my hand-eye coordination, aka Call of Duty. I think we're all starting to become grinders of Call of Duty. Me, Chris, Darren, Brad, Kyle, especially Brad and Kyle. I don't think they ever turn their PS4s off.
Who's the
crazy,
best out of the three of you? Who's the best gamer?
I think it depends on the game, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk Call of Duty. Who's the best?
I think between me and Mikey.
Chris.
I think it's between me and Mikey.
Typically, Chris is a better player.
Also, I'm just kind of rapid firing questions here at you guys because you're my boys, and also this Twitch shit. Excuse my friend. Am I allowed to curse on Twitch?
Yeah.
Nice.
You just can't take your shirt off.
All right, no shit. Yeah, well, I'll
Unless you're at the beach.
Got
it. At the beach.
Got it. Okay. Are you I literally just lost my question. Because I lost my train of thought. But anyway, do you guys play with Rambo Ray at all?
Yeah.
Occasionally.
Is it like being a recreational bowler that goes bowling once in your life, going bowl with you guys?
It was funny. The last Call of Duty title we played, they have this thing called League Play where you play kind of competitively for rankings and stuff like that. And we played with him for a little bit. And, obviously he's one of the greatest players of all time. So he's kind of trying to coach us and tell us how to play. He was kind of like, since this last air thing has started, he was kind of like the Michael Jordan to our team. He was like yelling at all of us, looking the wrong way. You got to go this way. You got to go that way. So, in that aspect, it was kind of, he's kind of Michael Jordan-esque in his approach to trying to win. But, obviously it's really cool to, play with someone who is, one of the best ever at their esport. For them it is. So, just like that.
I think he's just so used to playing with people that are of his caliber and that are really good that he doesn't have to tell those things to. And then, we're sitting there running around having no idea what we're doing to start out. And so he's like, what are you guys doing? But by the end of it, we got pretty good. So he's a good coach, which he actually is coaching now. So it's a good fit for him.
What platform do you guys play on?
PS4.
Everybody?
Yep.
I got a challenge for you guys.
Okay.
Gran Turismo. You guys play the racing game at all?
I have it, yeah.
It's Mikey Speed.
Okay.
I've played ever since the second one.
All right. Well, Gran Turismo Sport. I have a group, and we get on 3 to 4 nights a week, about 9 o'clock Mountain Time, and we get in and we do some hardcore racing. And the thing I like about the racing game, and just a little entrepreneurial idea for you guys, is when you play Call of Duty and stuff like that, that's all fine and dandy. But when you're out there racing on the track against each other, that's a little different. And I think you guys could incorporate some of your fans maybe even to joining and getting in these 16 car races. Because I don't think there's anything better. It's like a virtual pro-am, right? I just passed Mikey Tang. I just passed Chris Vi on the track. I think that would bring your audience a little bit closer to you. So if you guys would ever like to join me on the Gran Turismo, I'd love to have you guys over there. I can get you all set up. I can get you fast tracked to get the right cars, get the right licenses, the right money that you need. Be off and sailing. And I think you can get the game for $10 at Target right now. So
it's not bad.
Yeah,
Darren, you should do that for your giveaways instead of the marbles. You should race them for it.
Yeah, but then the same people start winning every week.
Yeah, when they win, you just disqualify them.
You can only win once.
Yeah.
So
I think my favorite thing about having you guys on is because you're all involved in streaming. This was we didn't even have to test very much with you guys, and we appreciate that from a production value and standpoint. But I do want to ask a couple of questions here. The first question that I have is for Darren. How do you do your giveaways over on Twitch? And if somebody wants to get in touch with you and follow your streams, what days do you stream on? What are you doing? Because I'm sure a lot of our audience doesn't even know what Twitch is.
Yeah, I've come to find that a lot of people involved with bowling, and I guess just in the world, don't really know about Twitch because there's so many questions every week when I post about giveaways. They're like, "What's Twitch? How do I win the giveaway?" And I stream 6 days a week. I take Tuesdays off to take care of some responsibilities, but the rest of the days I'm a bum and I'm sitting at my setup for 10 hours a day. But I do giveaways on Fridays. They usually start at 7 p.m. Pacific. And what we do there is it's called a marbles race. So it's complete RNG. It's random. A bunch of marbles will run down a track, and then whoever wins or whatever marble wins the giveaway for whatever we're giving away that race. We also do giveaways after our Bowl DMC podcast on Saturdays. Not as big, but we still give away some shirts and whatever our special guest has offered to give away. So it's pretty cool.
And do you guys have like a schedule of events posted on your Twitch channel, or
I actually have it posted on Discord. You know, the things I play each day, when the giveaways are, things like that.
And Discord works with Twitch, and it's like a messaging board service that people can be part of.
Yeah, it's actually a game chat application, but you can use it for so much more than that. We have a bunch of different channels for different discussions. Like there's a general chat. I have a chat for, let's say, food, music. Of course, there's audio chat if people in the Discord want to play games together.
And how many people are in this Discord?
We're getting close to 850, I think.
Jesus, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to get in the Discord, and you want to tell the audience, like, how do I get in the Discord?
I have the link posted pretty much everywhere. I post it every other day or so on my story on Instagram. You could find it under my Twitch channel. There's an information section with all my social medias, a link to the Discord. But yeah, it's really not hard to find if you follow pretty much any of us.
I haven't gotten your Discord yet. I'm getting in the Discord today. I'm hopping in the pool.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Back in the day when it was, I'm going to date myself here. Back in the day, we used to get in the hot tub chat rooms on AOL. Seriously, they'd have a chat room. It'd be called Hot Tub Party. And as soon as you got in the room, you had to like ask permission to get in and be like, hey, is it okay if I get in? And they'd be like, okay, what are you wearing? You're like, oh, I'm wearing trunks. Okay, yeah, come on in. And then everybody talk about what type of things they're passing around. I mean, this is real old school stuff here. So I can't wait to hop in the warm waters of the Discord with you. And Chris, are you doing the same thing then? Are you doing exactly what Darren's doing, or how is your channel different? Or
not quite as much. I just started streaming probably 2 weeks ago, I think. So I'm still, fairly new to it. But the Discord thing, I don't have a personal server set up yet. So we're kind of all tied in. Like we're all in Darren's Discord. So for temporary purposes, I'm kind of using that as of right now until I get mine up and running. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty similar. I stream probably 5 days a week now, Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then, like I said, we have the Bowl DMC podcast on Saturday nights or Saturday afternoon, I guess, depending on where you are. And but yeah, it's pretty much relatively the same. I haven't branched out to too many different games yet, but yeah, it's been pretty good.
So we've teamed up on the merch together, where your merch is available on InsideBowling.com, and you can save 15% with coupon code IBShow here today if you want to support these guys. 100% of the proceeds goes back to these guys, and I see the orders coming through on the giveaways. They process those orders, they pay for those orders, and they send it out. So just a reminder that if you want to be part of what they're doing and support these three guys, you could do it through Inside Bowling. But I've helped a lot of people get set up to stream things. I've inspired people to start YouTube channels and things like that. And I think I need some help over here on the Twitch side. And since we upgraded our software here to be able to broadcast to 5 different platforms, I'm gonna put in a phone a friend to you guys to get me set up on Twitch, and maybe you guys could help me with that. Can we make that agreement here to the audience today?
Yeah, it's super easy.
Oh boy, just more work for Mike Flanagan, so we can never get him on the phone, never get anything done.
I'm going to spend the next 21 days. I'm going to sub to your Discord. Somebody says here that I need to sub to your Discord. I need to get in there. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to give Twitch a real run here for the next 21 days. See what I can
Let's
do.
go.
See if I can blow the roof off of this sucker.
Yeah.
I'm ready to game with you guys. Anything but Call of Duty. I'll play any sports game against you. I'll do whatever you want to do. I'll play Foo racing, or I'll do some sort of Tetris. I don't care. Bejeweled, custom move. And
oh man, I actually have Tetris.
Yeah.
Bejeweled
too, baby.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
That's great. So guys, I want to talk about the house a little bit. You guys first off, I like to say that Mikey, when you take the camera and do for Brad and Kyle's channel, I think that those are probably my favorite videos when I get your commentary behind the camera. Unfortunately, it's sometimes due because you're not bowling anymore and they're still bowling, which I don't like, but I do like your voice. So I wish you could just have, when you guys get back to the house, Mikey just becomes the voice of the camera and the cameraman, because I think it's hilarious when he does it. But I want to ask you guys a question. And Brad and Kyle came up on their live stream a couple weeks ago of who they thought the best bowlers in the house were. And I think that's a little bit of an awkward question here, guys. And I think it's awkward to put a ranking system out there with your friends. And I know everybody's good buddies, but yeah, it might hurt some feelings here. So I want to give you guys a chance to get back at Brad and Kyle or the other people in the house per se, okay? I want you guys to expose a nasty or annoying habit that somebody else in the house has that you guys really hate dealing with.
All right, first of all, I just want to put this out there. We don't really talk behind each other's backs, so there's really nothing we're gonna say that takes stabs at anybody that they don't already know.
Because we've already said it to them.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I mean,
fair.
I think the house coexists pretty well because of that. We're straightforward. None of us really, what's the word for it? We're not really dramatic. We don't. I mean, there's a couple guys that tend to get butthurt more than others, but for the most part, the whole house is we're pretty chill. I think that's why we get along so well too, is because no one really, we have thick skin and we can take punches and throw punches. So
yeah,
but Brad's pretty messy.
Is he really?
Yes, Brad's collection of water bottles is probably the worst. That's probably the worst thing, honestly.
I roomed with him for 1 week in Detroit, and I saw it firsthand. I can
It's just
it's not good when Mama Tang is yelling at me to yell at everybody else about cleaning up after themselves after they stay at my house.
I got a comment here. Brad's messy and Prather snores. Is Prather a big time snorer?
Yeah, he
He's
pretty
like
much has to room. He pretty much has to room by himself every place we go because he snores so bad.
Maybe he does that on purpose.
So I was gonna say maybe that's a tactic that he uses to get his own bed.
It might be. It works though because we're not sleeping by him.
No.
Yeah. So you guys have any of you been able to get out onto the lanes at all since this quarantine stuff has been going on?
I bowled twice. Simo is actually he's got his hand in a project downtown Las Vegas. He's actually been here since the World Series. Hasn't gone home or anything. He's been living with Marshall.
Really?
Yeah, so he's been working on this thing almost every day, and he's working really hard too. And like I never would have guessed out of Simo that he'd be outside of bowling, taking something this serious. So I've actually gone down to help him out a couple times too, and it's really cool to see. And he's allowing us to go down there and practice whenever we want to, and it's been a pretty cool deal. But I've only gone down twice. So.
What can you or can't you say on this?
I'm not really sure what he's okay with me saying or not saying, but I think a lot of people know about it already, so I don't think it makes that much of a difference. It's called the Nerd. It's basically a bar/entertainment center, and they had 12 lanes, no scoring units or anything, and they would just turn the lanes on for people who wanted to bowl.
Was this an existing place then? And
yeah, it was already a thing before Simo got his hands or got his feet wet.
And where is this in Vegas?
It's pretty much right on Fremont Street.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
So I think it's gonna be pretty wild when things get back to normal.
Well, damn, Mike, we gotta bring Mr. Simo on here to talk about this thing with us. I mean, that's breaking news. I got people texting us, by the way. I've got people asking to be guests on the show. So I think that Mikey, Darren, and Chris, you guys have opened the doors because I've got groups of people. I'm in group chats now. I'm watching my phone blow up about people that are saying, hey, me and so-and-so kind of want to get on the stream, and I think it would be fun and cool. So, Mike, I think people are sick of just having 2 or 3 people, 4 people streams. They want 5, 6, 20 people if we can do it.
Well, every show we do is unique. We have a wide gamut. And I knew this one was going to be more like a league night or more like a party session where it was just going to be free-flowing dialogue. I mean, we can get into the tough-hitting questions of, Darren on television, bowling and, the Hall of Fame Classic. How was it? And thanks for putting the tumbler on the show. And I mean, But we just thought I mean, I'm learning something today. This was a learning experience for me today about Twitch, because I'm so proud of the damn work you guys have been doing over there. And I'm not in that space. And I told you before the show, the reason why I'm not in the space is somebody took Inside Bowling and it pissed me off. So I boycotted the thing.
They're probably watching this right now, just laughing.
Have you tried like Inside Bowling TV?
Yeah, I could do all that, but man, every URL I have is /Inside Bowling, and I just don't want it to be different.
I hear you.
We can look them up right now. Watch, they probably have like 3 followers. They don't even stream anymore.
There's nothing out there. And you want to know the thing about getting old, guys? I'm gonna tell you right now. I might have gone and signed up for it and don't remember what email address.
Oh no.
That's probably absolutely true.
I can't remember. I really can't. Enjoy your youth, guys. Enjoy your.
Oh my God! So are you guys anxious to get back on the lanes and start back up with a tour? Do you think it'll take? Do you think it would be difficult if the tour is just like re-announced and everything starts up back soon? How much longer do you guys think you guys will need to get sharp and get ready to get back out? I guess I kind
of want everyone just to go out without practice just to see what the scores would be like.
I think I'm going to miss 12 makeables in my first tournament back. I will tell you that from the 2 days I bowled.
Yeah, that's usually one of the first things that goes when you take time off. At least for me, it was spares. It takes me about a couple of weeks to get back into the groove of being able to get it even close, not let alone make it. So I think, do you think, man, that would be interesting to see if everybody went out back on the tour and everybody had no practice and everybody went out there. And man, yeah, that would be crazy. And I also want to talk about something with all of you guys being young guys out on the tour. It's a tremendous learning process. And Chris, you've had it really click really well lately, right before this whole thing, of course, had to happen. And everybody was talking. Brad and Kyle talked about it in the vlogs, and they say, Chris went through a pretty rough time, and we're just happy that he's figured it out. He's bowling great again. And you guys have all had your moments. What is that learning process like, and how brutal is it when you guys are down in the dumps and you just can't get anything to work?
Yeah, I mean, bowling on tour there's really no way of replicating it, and there's no way to like truly prepare for it, just because it's something that you never see anywhere else. So, my natural game just doesn't match up with what is really successful out on tour. Like, I like to play straighter angles and I like to throw it really hard. And that's like the exact opposite of what the tour is. It's as far left as you can get, throwing it slow, hooking the whole lane. So it was something that, I had to learn, and it took me much longer than, I wanted it to take. But yeah, I took my beatings for a long time. And, just when I thought a tournament was like, maybe you can play a little straighter and you can throw it harder. And, then it, the next re-oil, it would be back to, super slow hooking it. And, when you can't bowl your A game and you're bowling against the best in the world every single week, it's stressful, and it's upsetting because, you're just not going to beat these guys when you're playing your C or D game. And, luckily I've been working pretty hard. I've had a lot of people in my corner really helping me out to kind of get where I am today. And I feel like I'm getting better at what I need to do. Still not as good as I want it to be, but I'm going in the right direction. And obviously the results are showing that. But yeah, it's hard. And, I just feel like it's hard to explain if you don't actually do it. Some people will see a lot of bowlers in college or youth or whatever be successful, and then they get out on tour and just don't have any success. And it's just absolutely completely different than anything else you see. So I think that's why it's a little harder, I guess, for people to understand why some people succeed and some don't.
Yeah, and that's totally true. And Mikey, you almost were a major champion, and I know that's probably like a hard thought to swallow. Is like you were that close to winning a major, and I have no doubt in my mind that you'll be back there again. But what was it like learning that experience and seeing what it takes to be there and be in that moment? And unfortunately, you ended up losing to Belmo. But how much respect does that make you gain for Belmo, knowing that he's there that often and it's that difficult to be in that situation just once, let alone it seems like every single week he's there.
Yeah, I mean, the hardest part about the tournament is always, before the show is kind of where you just have fun. And I mean, week in and week out, we bowl these brutal formats with, you're bowling against the best in the world, like Chris said. And just to, if you think about his just major statistics, he's made over half of the major shows he's ever bowled. And he's won about a quarter of them, which is unreal. I mean, I've bowled, I don't know how many majors, not a lot, but I mean, I've made the show in like, I guess percentage wise it'd be like 4% maybe. And I feel like that's pretty high in the majority. So, I mean, just making a show in general is, I think for any of us, it feels like a super huge accomplishment. We're really excited about it. Obviously we're trying to win, but making shows is really cool. It's really difficult. And the fact that him and certain other people who are at the top of the PBA rankings can do it so often, it's remarkable. And like Chris said, you really don't learn, how difficult it is, as an outsider looking in until you actually go do it, because it's not like league bowling. It's not even like local tournament bowling. The patterns are different. The way the lanes move is totally different. That's where kind of the joke about, PBA bowlers can't really bowl on house shots. That's where it kind of comes from, because it's totally different. It's a different game. And it's something that you have to learn really quick coming out of college. Just all the elements are way different. But, I think the three of us are getting the hang of it. Darren, obviously, this year has really gotten into it really well. Chris is hitting his stride. And I've had a few weeks here and there where kind of seeing the right thing, but it's just learning how to do the correct thing on the lanes more often than not.
I want to talk to you guys about 2017, the USBC Masters, where you guys both made the show, Darren and Mikey, and you guys bowled against each other in match number 2. I was actually looking at it right here, reliving the moment for a minute, and Mikey got the best of Darren on that day. On that particular day when you guys bowled against each other, and we'll start with you, Darren, we'll come back to Mikey. What was it like bowling against your brother on national television on that show?
Man, I want to say it wasn't any different than bowling another opponent, but I don't think I can say. I think my main goal was to win that tournament and not necessarily, beat my younger brother or anything like that. Whatever anybody says about anything like that, it just never crossed my mind. And I think a lot of people can tell that when I lose on TV, I take it really hard, because when you get that close to achieving something you've never done before and you fall short, it kind of hits you pretty hard. But getting back to bowling against him, I could probably vouch for him as well in saying that whoever won that match wanted that person to go all the way, or wanted the other to go all the way and win the whole thing. But yeah, the second I lost that match, I left. I was 40 lanes down. They had the show on all the monitors, so I was probably sitting on lane 60 or something, watching the show and just spectating from there.
What about for you, Mikey?
Yeah, obviously it's something we dreamed about as kids, being able to bowl on the same TV show, more or less against each other.
And we've done it twice now.
Yeah. We bowled with and against each other, which is really cool. I think that's something that a lot of brothers try to achieve who do the same thing or play the same sport. And obviously we're fortunate to be able to do that so early in our careers. But that week was just – it was one of those weeks for me where I felt like I saw the pattern on the fresh better than anybody. I felt like I was unbeatable. So I wasn't going to lose those first 2 matches really. So, but just having that experience so early on, I was still in college at the time, and that was kind of a stepping stone for me, and it kind of told me, I can do this when I go professional. So, that tournament kind of came at the right time for me.
Yeah, before that tournament, you were maybe on the fence on whether or not you were just going to go get a regular career or try professional bowling?
I was definitely going to try professional bowling. I've never had any plans of what to do as a career. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I picked my college major just because it sounded interesting. But at that point it was it's really possible that I can go out there and win a tournament or two, or hopefully more. Just a really cool experience to have as a college student.
Yeah, let's go around the gamut here. I want to take it down to Chris here. Here's what I want to get into at this point in the show is some of the most successful people all time on tour are the ones that were able to diversify their revenue streams other than just being a pro bowler. We look at Wes Malott, we look at Mike Wolf, Brian Kretzer, Brian LeClaire. A lot of different people have done different pro shop entities. Brad and Kyle now with their YouTube channel and supplementing their income that way and providing more value to sponsors. And everybody on this stream today is involved with so many collaborations and so many different things, whether if it's, we talked about the pro shop, we talked about the Twitch channels. And I guess, Chris, what I'd like to ask you first, we'll go around the room. Where do you see your monetary income stream coming from moving forward, what you currently have in the mix, and then what things you still want to try to achieve? Blanchard writes a book, for instance. Like, what do you want to do?
I mean, that's tough. But obviously, like, the pro shop thing is kind of always something that I've wanted to do, especially own one. So now that I'm in ties with Mikey, it's been awesome. I think we need to grow that. Honestly, I think, obviously we've only been open for, I think we opened in early August, and now obviously with the coronavirus hitting, it's kind of put a halt on things for the last couple months. But I think it's something that we enjoy and we're having success with, and so that's definitely something that that I want to grow. The Twitch thing obviously is very fun. I wasn't sure if I would actually enjoy it. I'm more of kind of I guess an introvert more than an extrovert, but even then, I'm having a blast. The community that comes in and watches my streams is super fun to hang out with. So they make it enjoyable, and it's definitely something I want to grow as well. So I think definitely the Twitch and expanding pro shop locations to get multiple of those, possibly even get some out west in D-Tang's reign.
Yeah, interesting. That's a good point. Darren, what about for you? What other things do you want to try to accomplish both on and off the lanes over the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh, on the lanes, definitely winning that first title, start building up that resume. It's even after that first one, that's not going to be enough for me. I've been raised, I guess Mikey and I have been raised to always strive for the best. If you're going to do something, be great at it. But yeah, the bowling thing I think is going to take its course, and as long as my head's in it, I think it's going to go the way I'm hoping it's going to go. But as far as off the lanes, I'm really trying to be open-minded about opportunities and just anything in general, seizing the moment. Obviously, this Twitch thing has been pretty big and it's grown really fast, and I just want to thank everybody that's taken the time to come check it out. And it's a collaboration between the broadcaster and its fans to make a channel successful. So it's been really cool so far. But as far as other business ventures, the whole thing with you guys with InsideBowling with the shirts has been something that we've wanted to do for a long time with merch. So thank you guys for that. And it's just looking at different things as we go along in life. I don't really have anything in specific. I do want to open a pro shop one day, whether it's with TV Bowling Supply or not. We'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, that's cool. And Mikey, how about for you?
Yeah, it's just trying to find opportunities and trying to socialize with the right people. I think one thing that happens to successful professional athletes a lot of times is if they don't try and expand their, their wealth and try and build outside of their sport, they can kind of get in trouble when they're out of the sport. And I think that the three of us are doing a really good job of building a foundation for, if we don't have bowling at some point, that we have something to fall back on. And having the pro shop with Chris is really good for us. We have kind of a financial foundation there. If we start, not bowling too well, hopefully, God forbid, that doesn't happen. But I think it'd be cool to expand, not only just the pro shops, but maybe own a bowling alley one day. Kind of try to build like a small dynasty in Columbus would be really cool for me. So at some point, if I can get my hands on a bowling alley, that'd be really cool. Mainly because I just want the power to do whatever I want.
Yeah, it leads me to the next question. Darren, why Vegas?
Why Vegas? I think you already know the answer to this question, but for our viewers, if you didn't know, and I don't think my mom wants really more people than already known to know, she hit a really big jackpot back in 2017. Was it 16 or 17? It was at Team USA trials at Sunset Station.
2017.
17. Oh yeah, that was when we all bowled terrible.
Yep, yeah, I finished like 50th. So.
It was. I remember too. It was day 4, I think. She hit a really big jackpot, 7-card straight flush, $370,000. And I remember just asking her, "Can we just go home now? I don't even want to finish the tournament." But yeah, and she wanted to build a house out here, needed somebody to live in it, and San Jose was getting extremely expensive to live in, and looking forward financially, it just made more sense.
And Mikey, why are you in Ohio, right?
Yeah, women make you do crazy things, and I'm engaged, and she's born and raised in Columbus, so here I am.
But
she's the one that has the job, so I gotta go to where she is.
but look what's happened. If would you and Chris have gone into business together if it wasn't for that?
If it weren't for this, I wouldn't have even known that this shop was a thing, because it's actually Mary's mother that informed me that this was a thing. Said, "Hey, this pro shop's for sale." And then I was at a regional with Chris this one time. We were at a Chinese restaurant waiting for our food, and I said, "Hey, Chris, you want to go halves on a pro shop?" He's like, "Sure." So that's kind of how this whole TV Bowl and Supply thing came to be.
We really thought about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best part, and the best things come out of conversations like that, where you're just like, "Hey, man, you want to do it?" And you're like, "All right, sure. Like, let's just go for it." You don't think about anything. You don't let all the negatives hold you back. You just go for it, and it ends up being something great.
Yeah, and then we started the stressful paperwork and filing for all the stuff, and then I started second guessing it, and
then it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, then we're like, 3 months into the paperwork and all this stuff, and we were trying to open this before bowling season started, and everything was getting delayed, and it's like, file this and wait for this, and then you got to file that once you get this. It was stressful, but it was. I mean, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, it was actually fairly easy for us, because we had someone who got in contact with the previous owner, and she had a person to work it for us. That he's actually in our chat now. If you see Dante's Brown in our chat, that's him. That's Dude Brown.
My guy.
It's our guy. Yeah, he worked our shop. He's really good at what he does. I mean, we'd never met the guy previous to him working our shop, but we just went by word of mouth and said that he was probably the most reliable guy we can get who does good work, and he does. We're super thankful to have him.
Yeah, we got a suggestion coming in here. There's shop space available at AMF Boulevard Lanes and Petaluma, California. So I think we got some foreshadowing going on here. We need all of the subs and all of the friends to just let us know let Chris and Mikey and Darren know where these available pro shop spaces are, so they can start that dynasty. And it could be TV supply versus the world, baby.
We're gonna go from 1 to 73 in a year.
Yes. All the paperwork, all the fun stuff,
all of it. Hey,
Chris, since you're the most beautiful man in bowling, we just learned a little while ago that women make you do crazy things. What's going on in the love life for you?
Nothing.
Cricket?
A whole lot of nothing. Yeah, just hanging out, man. I'm a busy man.
Aren't your DMs like overflowing at this point after our
shooting women down left and right?
Nah. We're busy with the work, and we're busy getting stuff done.
Gotta respect that, man.
We're kind of in the process. I'm in the process of trying to buy a house in the Columbus area. Driving an hour to the pro shop when it's actually open is tiring and not something that I want to keep doing. Plus, it's much closer to an airport. And then Mikey and I can actually hang out a little bit more, golf and all that fun stuff. But I think it's kind of just waiting for that, and just kind of a whole lot going on. I mean, it's not there's nothing going on, but a whole lot going on at the same time. Yeah, what's up, Adam? All right, Adam, I'll drive up and visit you guys.
For those of you that are listening on audio format only, Adam Bardo with a comment coming in that his wife will date him.
What's up, Marcy?
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I really want to thank you guys for coming on today, for chatting it up with us. Even though you guys, we're all in quarantine, you guys are busy. You guys have things to do. You have your streams to run. You have your businesses to run, your families to tend to. So it really means a lot. You guys are my boys. And even though I'm not out there on the tour, I didn't choose that path for my life. It's always so exciting whenever I pull up the standings every single game and I see my boys up there close to the top and I could just root you guys on. And it makes me really happy to see you guys out there doing your thing. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to come on today. Keep grinding, going out there, killing it, do your thing. And, man, I look forward to watching you guys win a shit ton of titles moving forward, man.
Thanks, you guys, for having us on. Appreciate it.
I'm rooting for Mikey to win first.
I'm just rooting for someone.
Get these career earnings up.
Yeah. I mean, someone's got to bring up the rear, right? Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be you.
Love you guys. Hey, thanks for coming on the show. I really enjoyed this one. I really did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for everything. Thanks for the support.
You bet.
Hell yeah, man. Take care, guys. Man, Mike. So the boys, dude. Those are the boys, man.
I got all this work to do now, man. I got to get this.
You volunteer yourself for this, man. It's so funny.
I've been wanting to do it, man. I've been wanting to do it.
You have been. Just like you've been wanting to do something like this show. And man, I'm proud. This is episode 22, Mike. 22 episodes in. It's gone like a blur. And man, this has been such a blast to get to bring on our friends and just chat. Bring up some new industry shocking news sometimes to just chat about just friends. And who knows what we're going to talk about. We never really know. But, dude, this has been an awesome experience. And we've still got a bunch more episodes to go. So if you guys, Mike, let everybody know if they want to see specific guests that have some suggestions as to who we should out on the show. Where should we send that to?
We need to get that media at Inside Bowling email address out there to everybody again. If you have suggestions for the show or who you'd like to have on, we can have them on. I can tell you to plug the rest of the shows for the week, and I like to look at my calendar so I don't screw it up. We've got Brad and Kyle on tomorrow.
Big show.
Mike Fagan and Robbie Spigner on Thursday. And I've gotten more DMs about that particular show because they're expecting Robbie and Mike to give us the landscape of what's going to happen with bowling centers, which they're not going to be able to do, but their opinions are going to be very, very good. We're going to get a lot of information regarding bowling centers and what they're dealing with the centers that they're in charge of up in Minnesota. And then we've got Mike Shades on the 15th on Friday. So, and I also have, confirmed for Monday. I have our guests for Monday. Matt's hearing this for the first time as well. The PBA League draft is Sunday night. And that was one of the things I did want to ask the guys on what teams they wanted to get to, but we didn't get to that one. But Sunday night is the PBA League draft. And then Monday, I want to talk about the draft in its entirety on our show. Which will be the 18th. Yeah, Monday the 18th. So I thought we need to get some people on that also are going to be tuning into the draft, and they're going to have fresh emotions and opinions about the draft. So we are going to have on
Oh boy.
the Sweep the Rack podcast guys on Monday. Big Mike and Rob. And the four of us are going to break down the draft. We're going to figure out who we thought made the correct picks, who did terrible, and we're going to give draft grades out to each team on Monday after the PBA League draft. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's cool, man. I don't. They've given me some flack on Twitter before through Inside Bowling, making some jokes. I know that they can be very sarcastic at times, but I'm really looking forward to that, to having some fun, talking about this upcoming draft. And yeah, it's gonna be a great draft on Sunday. So make sure you tune in for the PBA League draft on Flow Bowling. Do you know what time it is, Mike? What time the draft is?
7:00 Eastern.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
On Flow Bowling, I'm going to be tuning in. And your assignment is to be over there watching as well, as we're going to have to take notes.
Yeah, we're taking notes. We might have a separate conference call or so. I don't know what we'll do.
We're breaking this thing down is what we're going to do. We are going to break down the draft.
Yes. So if you guys have any suggestions, you guys can send your guest suggestions over to media@insidebowling.com. And we'll take note. And we're always looking to have new exciting guests on. Sometimes we get some special guests that we didn't think of, like Derek Hartnell, who was a great guest that we had on not too long ago. So make sure you guys send on over your suggestions. We really appreciate everybody tuning in today. Mike, I think we're running out of time here.
The last thing I want to say is make sure you go and support our guests, all of our guests, in whatever they're doing. Whether if it's Twitch or if you live by a pro shop and you want to go get a ball drilled by Chris and Mikey, whatever it is, make sure that you follow and subscribe and support, because I'm going to tell you right now, the more followers you have and the more participation you get, the more it drives you to want to create more content for people. When you're talking to nobody, it's not as fun as it is. Today was our best viewership that we had because we simulcasted and we worked together with everybody. And I just encourage you to support the people that you want to see succeed. And it means a lot. Even if you don't have money in these hard times, a follow, an interaction, a share.
Something. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch sub. So make sure you go over there, use that. And, there's so many ways that you can support Mike. And I think that the more that we help each other, the more that we support, a like, a share, a comment goes a long way. So just go ahead on over. If you can't buy an Inside Bowling, Darren Tang, Team Tang, Bowl DMC shirt, just share the word, share the love out there, and let's keep growing this thing together.
Yep, absolutely. We are out of time, Matt. Tomorrow we'll be back with those scrubs we know as Brad and Kyle.
Oh, boy.
A shot.
Gonna have our hands full.
Have that one come back to bite me in the butt.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for tuning in tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Brad and Kyle, we're looking forward to it. Everybody, have a great day.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.